Most people think financial stress comes from not earning enough. But something strange happens when you look closer. There are people earning six figures who constantly feel pressure about money. Bills feel heavier than they should. Small expenses feel uncomfortable. And their financial life always feels slightly unstable. At the same time, there are people earning far less who seem completely calm about money. No constant anxiety. No financial panic. No feeling that everything could collapse with one unexpected bill. So what explains the difference? Because it's usually not income. It's something quieter. A set of habits most people never notice until the pressure starts building. The strange part is that these habits rarely look impressive. They don't involve complicated investment strategies. They aren't about extreme frugality. And most of the people who practice them don't even talk about them. But over time, these quiet behaviors create something surprisingly rare in modern life: financial calm. In this video, we're going to examine the hidden habits that separate people who constantly feel financial pressure from people whose money seems to move through life quietly and predictably. Because once you start noticing these habits, you begin to see them everywhere. And the first habit is surprisingly simple, but it quietly changes how money behaves in someone's life. Modern financial life is loud. Every day there are signals telling you what to do with money. Invest in this. Upgrade that. Buy now. Subscribe now. Improve your lifestyle. Participate in the economy. The modern consumer environment is designed to keep your attention constantly engaged with spending decisions. Notifications, flash sales, limited time offers, payment plans, and endless financial content explaining what you should be doing next. But financially calm people quietly reduce this noise, not through extreme discipline, but through structural simplicity. Fewer accounts, fewer subscriptions, fewer financial decisions made every week. Because every decision carries a hidden cost, not just money, but attention. When attention is constantly fragmented by financial choices, money starts to feel chaotic. Financial calm people protect their attention the same way investors protect capital, by limiting unnecessary exposure. A surprising difference between financially stressed people and financially calm people is what they value. Most people are taught to value things: the house, the car, the lifestyle, the visible signals of financial success. But financially calm people tend to value something less visible: optionality. Optionality means having the ability to say no. No to a job that feels wrong. No to a rushed decision. No to opportunities that create long-term obligations. And optionality rarely comes from spending more. It comes from preserving flexibility. Lower fixed expenses. Less financial commitment. More room to adapt. This is why financially calm people often appear conservative with money. Not because they dislike spending, but because they understand the hidden trade-off between consumption and freedom. Every financial commitment reduces optionality. Every fixed cost narrows the range of choices available in the future. Financial calm is often just room to breathe financially. Large financial decisions get most of the attention: buying a house, changing careers, making investments. But financially calm people tend to focus more on something smaller: daily financial flows, small recurring expenses, subscription payments, lifestyle habits that quietly shape monthly spending. These expenses often feel insignificant. $10 here, $20 there. But the real impact of small expenses is not their size. It is their persistence, because money compounds over time, and so do spending patterns. A single habit repeated over years becomes part of your financial infrastructure. Financial calm people treat small financial flows with quiet respect, not obsessively, but intentionally, because they understand something many people overlook. Your financial future is rarely shaped by one dramatic decision. It is shaped by thousands of quiet ones. A large portion of modern spending has very little to do with personal needs. It is social. We upgrade things because others upgrade them. We spend money to maintain a certain narrative. Success, progress, belonging. And in many environments, spending becomes a form of communication, a way to signal where we stand socially. Financially calm people tend to step outside of this system. Not completely, but deliberately. They rarely treat money as a language of comparison, which means their financial decisions are less reactive, less driven by external signals, and less vulnerable to lifestyle inflation. This quiet detachment creates an unexpected advantage, because once spending stops being a social signal, financial decisions become dramatically simpler. You are no longer optimizing for perception. You are optimizing for stability. One of the most consistent habits of financially calm people is simple. They build margins. Financial margin is the space between what you earn and what you need. When this space is small, life feels financially fragile. Unexpected expenses feel like emergencies. Opportunities feel risky, and decisions feel urgent. But when the margin grows, pressure decreases, options expand, and financial life becomes quieter. This margin does not require extreme wealth. It simply requires consistency. Consistently spending less than you earn. Consistently protecting some financial capacity for the future. Over time, this margin becomes a buffer against uncertainty. And uncertainty is one of the largest drivers of financial stress. Another difference between financially calm people and financially stressed people is time horizon. Many financial decisions today are optimized for the short term. Immediate comfort, immediate upgrades, immediate returns. But financially calm people tend to think in longer cycles. 5 years, 10 years, sometimes longer. This longer horizon changes the way financial decisions feel. Short-term fluctuations become less important. Temporary setbacks become less dramatic. Because when your perspective expands, volatility shrinks. Financial calm often comes from seeing money not as a series of urgent moments, but as a long unfolding process. Financial calm rarely looks impressive. It does not produce dramatic stories. It rarely creates viral moments. Most of the habits behind it look ordinary. Reducing noise. Preserving optionality. Respecting small financial flows. Avoiding social spending. Building margin. Thinking long-term. None of these habits are loud, but together, they quietly reshape how money behaves in a person's life. And over time, the result is something that cannot easily be purchased. Financial calm. Not because money disappears as a problem, but because the relationship with money becomes stable. And stability is one of the rarest financial assets in the modern economy.